All right, cool. Let's get to the next one. I like this question a lot. What boundary do you need to set in order to protect your well-being right now?
Boundaries.
My mother's son, but you're my mother's son. Cause though your mother has sons, she got other sons. All your brothers call me brother, I'm the other one. And you showed up to be a brother, but I wanted one.
What we all needed is more than just a podcast.
It's a community of strong individuals connected on the basis of friendship,
transparency, accountability, healing, and growth. Come join the conversation and share in the space that makes us all better.
Our hope is that you find something that you need.
Real friends. Real friends. Where would I be without my Hey son, who gon' ride for me like my day one?
Hey fellas, have you been MIA? Has one of your friends been MIA? You know, as men, sometimes it's hard for us to check on each other because we don't quite know what questions to ask. Well, it's time for us to check in on our friends, especially the ones we think are strong and got it all together. So today on our episode, in our community spotlight, we'll spotlight Safe Haven Therapy on Instagram at safehaven_therapy, led by CEO Deshaun Harris, who developed in his therapy practice some cards for us to check in with our strong friend. These cards are called Conversation Card Game, Hey Friend, Are You Okay? And these are cards, questions you can use to tap in with your friends, see where they are today, what they're dealing with, what they're experiencing, how they're processing their healing. Look, this has been really good for us. As you can see, we're using it in our episode, and we suggest that y'all reach out to safehaven_therapy on Instagram, get you a set of these cards, and tap in with your strong friends, because we be acting like we okay, but fellas, we know what it is. So tap in, safehaven_therapy on Instagram. What's up, everybody? We are back for another episode, and it's already starting off with some joy and some fun. As y'all can see, we laughing our way in. I'm usually inside, intuitive leader, healer, sent here to elevate the condition of my people using speaking, teaching, coaching, training, and performing. The game plan is to get us to where we need to be so we can receive the promise that God got for us by working and winning. Colin.
Peace, folks. Colin_DCLA, dope educator by day, entertainment producer by night, always networking, collaborating, connecting with people, but most importantly, father, husband. And I try to be a pretty good friend to these guys. Who else we got on here?
Hey, you still got a little tweak because it depends on what you're producing that night. But I'm what up? Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Ali at the Noble One, man, aka the Kingdom Builder, the Culture Cultivator, man, and the man who's being thrust into the kingdom place that he belongs in. Yeah. I'm here one time for y'all people, man. Good morning. Half man, let's talk to him.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Sean Nichols Sr., half man, half amazing. Truth teller, but never beyond approach or reproach. I'm a proud husband, father of 4, licensed minister, but most of all, just a lover of life. Thank y'all for being here with us today. Let's go ahead and roll in, man. If you guys don't mind, we're gonna do this or that. So the rules, I'm gonna ask the question. Count down 3, 2, 1. It's a either or, A or B. Please throw up your sign, which one you choose. We're gonna try to roll through. We have 11. This is bad. We have 11. So let's see if we can roll through.
Oh, Brentwood. Say what?
What is happening?
Barbershop or home haircut? Barbershop or home haircut? 3, 2, 1.
You all right now. He did this on purpose.
I ain't there yet.
Whoa.
Hey, I mean, even if I had hair, bruh, the way that these barbershop prices be, it's like, nah.
I would expect the Colin to have the be up, right? You don't do your own pause. You don't
Yeah, but I like the barber to, you know what I'm saying, when I'm trying to get clean.
Sean, you shape your beard up?
Yep.
You nice with it, bro.
Oh, all right.
I want the razor.
The little inside joint, like the little juggernaut joint from back.
Nah, I've been doing my own for even in college. I used to cut bonehead in college.
Oh, okay.
All right. But
Boone had hair in college.
Oh,
Oh, my
man.
bad. He's not even here to defend himself. My bad.
All right.
Right.
We'll move on. Second, 90s R&B or 2000s hip hop. 90s R&B or 2000s hip hop.
Jeez.
Woo! 3,
That's tough, actually.
2, 1. You know, this was, but all right. So we have a split decision. We have 2 A's, myself and Yusha, which is 90s R&B, and then we have 2 B's, which is 2000s hip hop. That actually was very, very tough.
That's tough.
That probably has been the toughest this or that question that I've had to answer. Next one. Soul Food Sunday or International Brunch? Soul Food Sunday or International Brunch? 3, 2, 1.
Come on, man.
All right, so we have 3 International Brunch, myself, Yusha, and Ali, and then we have Soul Food Sunday for Colin. Cool. Soul food, hey, I love soul food, but the reality of it is that it depends on who cooking that joint and what they using to cook, because that's artery clogger.
Hey, Sean, for the people out there, can you tell them what jaunt is for where? Because a lot of people ain't where you from, so you just said jaunt.
People know what joint is.
So jaunt is a noun, which is interchangeable in a lot of different situations depending on how you want to use it. You can replace it with Bama. You can replace it with thing. You can
I feel like people at this point,
car, house.
You ain't got to be from Philly to know what a John is. Like everybody know what John. People know what that is.
But John, but the Philly John is mostly talking about females.
Yeah.
From my knowledge, I'm not from Philly, but I believe John.
Nah, they use John like they use John like we use joint. Same way.
Right. Hey, we're gonna have to get clarity from the people, right?
We'll get somebody from Philly in the comments. Tell me if I'm tripping.
All right.
John.
Number four. Dashiki or tailored suit?
That's for Ali.
Dashiki or tailored suit? 3
shots.
2, 1.
Bingo.
All right, another split decision. We have myself and Ali, Dashiki, and then tailored suit for Colin and Yusha.
Y'all knew what this answer was for me. We got a whole tailoring suit business.
Cool. Number 5. Lifetime Air Jordans or Lifetime Nikes. The other brands. Keep in mind, Air Jordan is a brand, so I'm separating the two. Lifetime Air Jordans or Lifetime Nikes, which exclude Air Jordans. 3, 2, 1. Unanimous. Looks as if all of us want variety with all of the other Lifetime Nikes.
Come on, man. Give me the Air Maxes, man. Stop playing with me.
All right. Trap beats or smooth jazz?
That's easy.
Trap beats or
smooth lesser of worst evils.
I'm about to tell a lot of people age right now. 3, 2, 1.
I hate smooth jazz.
Man, if I had to decide between the two, I don't want either one, but if I had to decide between the two.
Yusha and Colin, trap beats, smooth jazz for myself and Ali. It's something about that. I don't know, that vibration from that. I can't.
It's just disrespectful to the title of jazz because it's not really jazz music. It's R&B.
Yeah, it's something about the vibrational energy from that trap beat where I can't take.
But you can't connect with that. Oh.
I can't take that over and over. Like maybe one song, bro. That's about it.
Don't give me either.
Stand-up comedy or spoken word night? I'm looking at somebody specific, the way that he got his bun on his head. Stand-up comedy or spoken word night? 3, 2, 1. Look, he changed his answer just because I said that.
No, I
this is
changed my
like
answer because I recognize you will never ever have a bun on your head.
stand-up comedy. You old bohemian cabin looking at boy, you better. All right,
You old John Hancock Neanderthal looking ass, head ass boy.
all right. Spike Lee
Wow.
joint, a Spike Lee joint,
Mm.
or Ryan Coogler film.
Oh, you should say John Singleton.
Come on, man.
A Spike Lee joint or Ryan Coogler films. 3, 2.
Why we putting these two at odds, man?
That's easy.
Why we putting these two at odds?
Hey,
Really?
because it's not unanimous.
You
we
right.
have
I like
3,
Spike Lee.
myself, Colin and Ali, Spike Lee joint, Ryan Coogler for Yusha.
Hey, a tougher one would have been Spike Lee or John Singleton. That'd have been
She
tough.
had it. We'll have to have that conversation later. I'm trying to think of his catalog. I could immediately think about Spike Lee and even Ryan Coogler. I don't know.
I got more favorites from Ron Coogler at this point.
You
than I do.
disrespectful, Sean. You disrespectful to John.
Nah, I'm talking about his whole catalog. I could think of movies. All right. Old school slow jams or new wave Afro beats. Old school slow jams or new wave Afro beats.
Yeah, Afro beats in my head when you said that.
3, 2, 1. All right, unanimous. Old school slow jams, without a doubt.
Saturday
wave
morning
Afro beats,
playlist.
so
Saturday
I'm
afternoon.
not-
I'm gonna
not-
send y'all my Saturday afternoon playlist. It's a vibe.
All right. Leader of the pack or behind the scenes strategist? A leader of the pack or behind scenes strategist? 3, 2, 1.
I was curious to see what Ali was gonna put up based on our conversation yesterday morning. Come on, man. Own your stuff, bro. Own it, brother. Let's go.
All
Let's
right,
go.
so we have a split decision. A for Colin and Ali, and B for myself and Yusha. All right, last one.
Nah, man, you gotta let me live in the duality of who I am.
Okay. All right.
Like, literally in the song, in our song for this podcast, it says, I tell my boy Kariga, I can star on your team and I can play on your bench. That's my truth. I can always star, but I can also play on the bench. I can also help the team and be quiet and chill. I can play whatever role. That's my
Can you
gift.
be quiet though? You should. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. All right, last one. Last one.
Sean was like, well, sit on the bench right now.
Build wealth, or build legacy. Listen, I need you to be decisive on this, all of y'all. Build wealth or build legacy. 3, 2, 1.
Legacy.
Yes, sir. That's a wonderful. So it's unanimous. Build legacy.
But what of your legacy as well?
That's a wonderful conclusion to that game, man. Thank y'all for entertaining me with that.
Hey, real quick, 2 questions. If what's the first song on off your playlist?
What playlist?
Your R&B playlist. The first song on your R&B playlist.
I got you.
Ooh, I mean, but see, you can't.
I got
ask, like,
I
you
got
gotta
different
tell- you
R&B
gotta tell-
playlists.
Yeah, you gotta tell me what type of R&B are we talking about?
Nah, I mean, there's a playlist in your phone that's when you want to hear R&B, you just the R&B and whatever vibe you in, you go to.
Okay. All right.
Anybody know that one?
Well, it's in alphabetical order though.
That's all right, Lord. Let me just start. The first song on the title of mine is Slow Chick, and the title of the first song is Quiet Storm by Smokey Robinson.
These are the makings
I
of
respect
you.
I
And
respect
it's true. The makings
So
of you.
yeah, cause like I got a Mellow Monday playlist. I got some Ari Lennox in there, Yingling. I guess you should sing in his.
Bruh.
But then I got a Saturday afternoon playlist See, that don't starts with Bob Marley. Is This Love? So I
Which
don't
we
know, man. I
So
don't
I
know.
don't really have playlists like that for real, for real. My homegirl be making playlists and sending them to me on uh, Apple Music, but on Tidal you can have a song or artist that you like and just push like play that artist's radio or play that song's radio, and they'll put other songs. So I have a couple of those saved. But typically, my R&B song, my go-to, especially when I'm cleaning up or I'm vibing in the house, I want to get in that. It's gonna be The Makings of You.
That's what you starting on. That's what's up, man.
My throwback R&B playlist starts with Boys the Men. I'll Make Love to You.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sound
Hey,
like
did y'all have a baby making playlist growing up?
that sound like
Got
a
one right now.
He said growing up.
Right. You know what I?
No,
You
no,
know
no,
what?
no. Look. What I really meant to say was baby making CD, the burnt joint, the burnt CD
I
joint.
don't think I had one of them growing up. Nah.
No, I did. I definitely did. I had like 5 of them joints.
The name of that playlist is called Lock the Door. That's the name of that playlist.
No more locked doors.
Starts off with Tank When We. That's what Tank When We.
Okay, Colin.
All right, listen, don't tell all you, but let's get into the day, man. Let's get into the day. Hey, y'all, listen. We're gonna jump into our episode for the day. We want to give you some context to how we got here, right? So we did an interview with a brother by the name of Heath. He came in and he kind of did some coaching for us to help us discover some things that would help us move forward and grow. And in that process, we also discovered there were some grievances that we may have needed to express and some ways in which we didn't feel supported, which led to more of a heated conversation behind scenes. We friends, we're allowed to go through it, right? So we had a moment, we went through it. And in that process, we went through it. Like it was real heated, depending on, what side you look at it from. But, through hardship, you get to ease, right? I believe in that. And so, by discovering those moments, we actually figured that we had been prioritizing the business a little more than we needed to. And we needed to actually spend more time in this particular time and era getting to know each other a little deeper as friends. And so we always say that our priority is God, friendship, then business. And we realized that we needed to reprioritize to make sure we were doing that. So this episode, y'all, we want to welcome you into friendship. Now, friendship is also part of our pillars, right? One of our pillars is friendship. And so we about to do something just to get to know each other a little deeper in this particular moment, right? To help us do that, we are going to use some cards. These cards are called the Conversation Card Game. Hey, friend, are you okay? These cards are coming from a business that we'll spotlight later, but that business is called Safe Haven Therapy. Later, when we do our community spotlight, I'll tell you more about it. But these are his Strong Friends edition. So we're going to be using his cards, the Strong Friends edition, to get to know each other more in this moment. We're going to have a little fun. Today is fun, and we want y'all to get to know us too. So I do want y'all to know that there's 2 different cards. There's blue cards and there's gold cards. Shout out to A&T. Winston-Salem State is better, but shout out to A&T. There's blue cards, there's gold cards. The blue cards are going to be more fun and simple, and then the gold cards are going to be a little bit more introspective. Most of our gold cards we push to Patreon, but I may ask a gold card or 2. Listen, sorry for the long intro. Y'all ready?
That's good.
Context. Man, look, I love y'all. I'm glad we decided to do this. Let's get to know each other from where we are. We also going to set a timer, y'all. So we setting a timer to not talk any longer than, what we say, 5 minutes, 7 minutes on each card.
You already in.
We just talked about a total number of cards we wanted to get through.
All right, look, we gonna time it. We gonna make sure we don't spend too much time on one card, but we're gonna get it. First card, you ready? How can you practice more self-compassion in this time in your life? What could you do right now to practice more self-compassion?
For me, it's probably slow down. Starting with slowing down so I can kind of really receive what's going on around me. And then just really realize that what's going on around me is supposed to happen. and what's in my control is in my control, and what's not is not.
Though, what's
Community.
what's going on? Yeah, what's going on that makes you process that you need to slow down?
Oh no, man, there's a lot going on in my career, and just at home, man. I think what's happening is I'm really just being thrust into up the position that I always wanted to be as a man, both at home and both at work. Right? I got promoted, and then all of a sudden, two people above me got not let go, but they resigned. They just walked out, and so I just got thrust into the spotlight. But it's also one of those things where I had to show myself some compassion because I felt like it was a lot, and I felt like I wasn't prepared because it felt like a lot. But the reality was I wasn't realizing that I was being put into a position where I had to utilize the next part of where I was going, if that makes sense. So, that's it.
You got this, brother. We talked about it offline, man. Everything you have is all you need, man.
For sure.
You got it. I'm listening to y'all answers first because I don't know if I fully understand the definition of what self-compassion is. It's not a term I use often. I don't know if any of our listeners are in the same boat, but I'm waiting to hear what y'all say so I can formulate my response.
So compassion is sympathetic pity and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. So self-compassion, I can only assume, would be the sympathetic pity and concern for the suffering or misfortune of yourself.
I don't know if I want to give myself self-compassion. Do I want to give myself pity and concern for my misfortune?
Is it like giving grace for yourself? Is that what it's like? Is that what you get from it?
What I get from it is making space for yourself to be human, like to have feelings, to feel, to have the roller coaster of emotions that we all are designed to have, like not blowing through that, not pushing through that, making space for that.
Yeah, because here's an example of that, right? Because I don't know what environment y'all are in, but it's people that's being let go at work, right? So if you remove the word self, right, and just say compassion, as a director or an executive, you want to make sure that you have compassion for the misfortunes that these people are going through, right? And whatever that looks like. So on the self side of it, right? If I can correlate that to the person who has to actually let that person go, right? Then that's a unfortunate situation for me that I have to go through, right? So I have to have self-compassion for myself in that space if I have to let somebody go.
That, I mean, your answer makes sense now that I heard the definition, Ali.
Yeah. For me to answer, I would just say this is something that I actually shared with a friend recently that also can apply for myself. But when I'm feeling a certain way, I have to allow myself to feel the feels, quote unquote, but just set a timer. Like, just don't sit and wallow in that, for all eternity, quote unquote, right? Set a timer for how long I'm going to do that. Am I going to sit on the couch and binge watch a show? Am I going to crawl up in a ball and just lay in the bed and rest? So on and so forth. But set a timer for that. Make space for it, but don't be in that forever.
I like that.
Absolutely. I'm going to tell you another example of what that is. I'm going to give a real life example. I had shot a text message to a group of brothers. Shout out to the Move Brothers, man. And we were talking about the YouTube link that I sent to you all too, right? The Diary of a CEO, 7 Money Making X, Y, and Z, right? Check it out.
About that.
Shout out to Stephen, I think his name is. But in it, right, I had transparently admitted and said, man, I've made some good investments and I make some bad investments, right? Now, if you're an investor, the bad investments, right, will make you feel like shit, Like it'll make you feel like, damn, like how could I waste X, Y, and Z, right? And to Sean's point, you can only feel that for a moment, right? There's only, you find your space to feel like that. And then to the other point, right, you also feel the pity in yourself. You feel misfortune in yourself. You're like, damn, how could I risk all of this and lose all of that, right? So you have to have a moment of self-compassion for yourself in that moment and get right back to it.
Yeah, I think it's connected to faith, man. I gotta be, to me, that ability not to sit in it, to me, is connected to faith. And it's knowing, right? It's knowing that, or having the belief, I feel like, that you're just being tested, right? So yesterday I went to Juma on the email was saying, like, that's the human experience, right? The human experience is that God put us here to test us, not to stay, to test us, to see which of us would be best in conduct. And for me, that means, how faithful are we going to be in our tough times? And the goal, I guess, ultimately is to turn us all into gold, right? Or to bring out the metal from the ore, or to bring out the diamond from the coal. It's the pressure that turns us into the great quality human being that we need to be. And so I process that in terms of like, y'all know where I am with full-time entrepreneurship. You kind of live in this space of like between contracts, and hopefully you don't have no lapse or no gaps in the contracts that you have, but that's the experience that I'm having right now. And then this time, the compassion I'm giving myself is not allowing myself to kind of like sit in this moment of like, yo, you did something wrong, or you didn't play the game right. That's why you sit in this space. But it's like, nah, it's like, God, why do you want me in this space? And being allowed to sit in this space is actually calling me to the next version of what I need to do. It's expanding the thought process of what I offer in the educational space. I'm having a time to create the Working to Win It workshop, the Working to Win It with Great Care series. And so I'm actually getting an opportunity to do more of the work that I feel that I was sent to do versus just responding to contracts to make money.
That's what's up. Usually I did more work on my phone with the whole campaign yesterday than I was paying attention to this
text. No.
I was supposed to be in. Yeah, I don't have nothing new to offer to that, man. I do align with the whole like giving yourself breaks, but timing the breaks, that's a skill I've had to learn recently. Because I do have the natural ability to just sit for too long, and then it's like hard for me to get back in the rhythm. Yeah. But I don't have anything else new to offer to that, though.
All right, cool. Let's get to the next one. I like this question a lot. What boundary do you need to set in order to protect your well-being right now?
Boundaries. I read a good book on that once.
That's a really good question in this moment.
Time for me. Time.
Expand on that, Brody.
Yeah, what's that look like?
I mean, just I'm thinking beyond like mutual agreement in that we would meet, or there's something that is to be done. Once we gain mutual agreement, staying within those boundaries of time, to make sure that is respected, because time is of the essence. Specifically for me right now, with just a whole lot of different things going on, I need to be a steward of my time.
I can agree. I'm gonna go ahead and go and veggie back off that. Tom, y'all know me, and I know Colin has seen it more. I can be very rigid with how I design my schedule for the week, but I haven't been doing that recently. But you can't really not do that as an entrepreneur, right? Because I'll get caught up in the spaces of being like, yo, I got time, I'll meet with such and such. And because I don't have the time broken down for what I need to do and when I need to do it, it's just, I got task lists, but I don't have the times broken down. I go meet with somebody and, in my mind, it's going to be a 1 hour conversation, and that turns into a 4 hour conversation. And so I'm like, nah, I need to be very intentional about my work time, my morning time, because I've built a life that if I stay disciplined and connected to it, is going to give me everything that I need. But if I don't be intentional about how I run that play and I let my time get sucked up, it's not the best process for me.
See, y'all being very self-reflective in this. I guess I'm thinking about boundaries for myself, but more so like what boundaries I'm gonna let others know about. Because in this season, time being a commodity, like a limited commodity, like I'm gonna have to tell people no more. That's gonna be a boundary for me. And I'm gonna have to lean and depend on people to carry their weight more. So if I'm working on a team or a project, or even with like, subordinates at work, where I like to really be in the process with you, in the weeds with you, and build things from scratch with you, I'm gonna have to be more like, hey, I need you to own this. Let me know if you need help, but own this, you know? And I'm gonna have to start turning out stuff. Like my whole motto, I keep saying it, keep it simple. Keep it simple.
This
Everything about to be real bite sized.
this is funny because as your brothers, we know you to be one who like really loves collaboration. And so I hear you saying like, dog, I can't in this particular space, I can't be as collaborative because I got some other work that I got to do on my own.
Yeah, facts. That's it for me.
Do I got an answer, or we can go to another?
You don't got to, but
I just don't.
we didn't want to move on without giving you space to contribute.
Nah, man. I mean, I think we're all in the same, hemisphere. So I don't want to be redundant. I got something, but it's really for my working and winning, so I'm gonna hold it.
Cool. I like this question. What is a dream or aspiration you've been hesitant to pursue?
A dream or an aspiration.
I'm gonna jump in and say the working and winning with Great Kid workshops that I've been doing. God told me to do that 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago, 2022. And here it is, 2025, and I'm still getting it off the ground. And just now getting it off the ground. And I don't know why. I think it just took me feeling like I needed something that I didn't have, but everything I have was what I needed. So I'm actually glad I got to it. But God told me to do that in 2022. So I ain't late, but I'm here. Well, I'm late, but I'm here.
I got two simple dreams. One is like putting holes in my wall. Real shit. Like I've been wanting to like renovate my house. But I've been like, bro, if I fuck this shit up, like it's gonna cost me more to fuck it up than it is for me to fucking flip it. You know what I'm saying? So I've been real hesitant, but I'm off next week, and a brother about to try to renovate his kitchen. So pray for a brother, because I'm not hesitant no more in that space. And then just on some just other shit, man, buying another house. I've been real hesitant. I'm trying to get out of the hesitation of buying another house.
So what time you need Sean to come over to help you with your renovations in your kitchen?
Like you can ask.
Hey, we can all pull up for real. But I don't want to.
I was just talking about in terms of knowledge of what the hell he's doing.
I don't want to send Sean over there by himself. I was just over at Sean's house helping him do some work. Man, that brother was sweating from every bead of his scalp.
Look, I would just say before you start demolishing anything, definitely get some opinions, professional opinions on what it is that you demolishing. That would be my first piece of advice.
What type of shit is that? Are you saying get it from you? Are you telling me to come? Are you saying, bruh, just hit me up? Or are you saying, nah, I'm not the professional? I'm just trying to
I'm saying you could definitely hit me up and we can have a conversation. What I'm trying to tell you is that I don't want you to try to demolish any structural beams in your house that you need. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Mr. Professional. Thank you, Mr. Professional. I appreciate that.
He said he don't want you in there trying to hold up drywall like it's a pizza box.
But for me, I would say jumping into entrepreneurship in a real way. That's what I've been hesitant on personally. And it's not, it's more being strategic than it is hesitation. It's making sure that I'm calculated in how I move because of the responsibilities that I have. I'm definitely not in a place where I want to struggle and go through a struggle season, right? I didn't struggle for a very long time in my life. That ain't, I don't want that no more. No more. Yeah.
For me, I don't know. Like the biggest one is the one I'm actually finally doing now, which is pursuing my doctorate. But outside of that, it's I think me and you should at least have talked about it, but there is some content I want to create around the educational space, and just kind of sharing my story and sharing other people's stories, for a bigger purpose. And I've been talking about it for months now. God laid it on me, and it's like it's time. So I gave myself a deadline of August to start on that. So y'all should be seeing that stuff come soon.
Dope deadline of August. Listen, follow up question, fella. Now that we all know, right? Ali thinking about doing renovations of his house or buying a house. Sean stepping into the entrepreneurial space. You, Colin, wanting to put forth the educational platform. In my work. What do y'all need? Like, as my brothers, what do y'all need to like? Well, what do you want? Do you want support? Do you want encouragement? Do you want information? Like, how can we help bring that out of you?
Hey man, pull up next week when I tell y'all.
Bring your sledgehammer.
I'm about to start sanding these cabinets.
Paul Bunyan coming through with the axe. Okay, I see.
Just pull up with the watermelon and just grab it.
I came and got one yesterday.
You ain't come over here. Pause. I ain't see you. I ain't see you.
We talked. You said you weren't gonna be able to get off work
at 1 though, and you ain't say nothing about after 1.
I told you 4:00. The text message said 4:00.
See his face.
I went out to the Dutch market yesterday and got a watermelon, man.
He was
with
the new responsibilities at work.
I was home.
I got watermelon. I got beef.
Oh, you did? You said around 3. They closed at 4. I was home too. Hey, dog.
I want my bowl. Look, I called Ali a couple weeks ago. I said, yo, I think I left a bowl over there. I'm recording something, but it's a workout.
Kids do not care.
They do not care. It's my God,
it's important, but I got a question that's more important.
Right. So I called Ali, yo, like, I want my bowl. I left my bowl over there at Juneteenth. He was like, I gotta find it. So I ain't heard nothing else from him. So I texted him earlier this week, like, yo, did you ever find my bowl? He said, yeah. Matter of fact, Logan used it on Monday. I said, well, can you tell me to come get my bowl?
My bowl now.
Anybody know I am horrible, bro, with returning containers, anything you brought over. Sean, I think I still got your fruit container.
You still got my sweatshirt.
What sweatshirt?
The with Gray Kids sweatshirt.
Oh, that's your joint?
With the red, yeah. Yep.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out who that.
Hey, Diego, can I get my chain back?
Cut the sleeves off on that one. That joint was about to be an old school 90s joint.
Hey, yo.
What chain?
Hey, yo, this is good, man. I know I asked a question, but this is good because I like the next question. It says, what's something that always makes you smile? Key, always. What's something that always makes you smile?
My children.
My wife and my kids,
yeah. Looking at when I have some of the worst days, bro, looking at photos and videos of my kids, bro. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. My wife, and then also when I'm honestly not, and I say this now, when I really be thinking about God and like how, like I just like what He be doing, it really brings a calm, not smile, right? Maybe an internal smile, but I get calmness. I get real like, okay, all right, man, it's gonna be okay, all right, you know what I mean? So like that's another calming effect when I really like think about it. I'm like, all right, bro, you all right.
I like that.
That's real.
I'm gonna agree with you all, with my wife and my kids always, and I don't even want to like be passive or diminish that because that's definitely the highest. I just want to add something new. Being in education and having the privilege of working with young people every day, I'll never go back to anything else. It's nothing like it, man. Just being in a space working around adults all day can be draining. As busy and as draining as the world of education can be, when you got them students in the building and in your office and in the halls, it's a joy. It's a joyful feeling, man. I'll never do anything outside of this.
Yeah. I say Gianna for me too, man. Just sometimes you ever just look at your kid and be like, dog, I used to be you. Or like, dog, like I really got a grown kid. Like that. But I also I love old ladies. I just love old ladies, especially them old ladies who have like, they have that energy of like, I've been around on this planet long enough to know that ain't nothing too deep. So they just be like cool, calm, and collected about everything.
You and Sean got something in common right there. Y'all both are the old lady gang.
Nah, don't
Y'all
put
be
me in
honest.
there.
I love
Wait,
old ladies.
listen, this is his response, bro. It ain't got nothing
Love
to
old
do with
ladies.
that. I don't have
No.
because ours is two different things. I didn't see his in action. He was talking at the door.
Whoa, what are we
He-
talking
No,
about
you
here?
saw
Oh, I
it.
know what you're talking
You
about. We
saw it
went
as
to that
well,
pool,
Ali.
that
He was
pool
talking
hall.
at that door when we was at that pool hall. He was talking to them two old ladies, and a fight was about to break out. But he was just wrapping them up.
Those were, those are reality TV fans. He had to talk to his
Right.
fans. Okay.
And I was watching they back for real because I was really ready. I was on alert. Kyler was the one who wasn't paying attention. I was on
I
alert.
was watching your back. I was like, I can't leave him by himself.
Wow.
Hey, not for nothing on some bromance stuff though, man. Hey, right. Every time I'm hanging out with my brothers, man, there's always gonna be some laughter, some smiling, man. Every time with y'all.
Hey,
That
Carson,
is
I
always
can
true.
relate to what you said as a coach too, though. That does make me smile when I
With the
see a
young people.
kid
Yeah.
make a move during a game and he do something like, yeah, buddies. Or when he get his first offer, oh my God, like that's just the best feeling
Mhm.
ever, man. But
Mhm.
anyway, yeah, for sure, I get it.
Listen, in the spirit of Patreon, let's get to one of these gold cards real quick, right? Because we're going to do more gold cards on the other side, but I think we need to bring some of that energy to this space. And I like this one for us.
Uh-oh.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Introspective. What internal conflicts or contradictions do you struggle with? And how do they manifest in your daily life? What internal conflicts or contradictions do you struggle with? And how do they manifest in your daily life?
Oh, I got one immediately, man. I have so many thoughts, scrambling thoughts in my brain. And it's interesting that it may contradict my movement because I'm saying so much that I forget what I said and I don't move like the way that I said I was going to move. If that makes sense for anybody out there, right? So the internal conflict, and it really goes into my work and when I'm really going into it, but is noise, like real noise. And the noise being more like 50-50 in my brain versus 80-20 in my brain. So yeah, that's what without me getting way too deep, that's what I'm dealing with internally.
So is it like so much noise that it slows you down from moving? Is that what it is?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I got you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to frame it, but it's kind of like the battle, the internal conflict and battle between the vision and the work, between the knowledge and then the wisdom to apply the knowledge, right? So like I be having plays internally. I could see it so clear. And naturally, even when I know the exact steps to take, like I can get stuck in like procrastination, laziness at times, complacency, and it'd probably be weird for people to hear me say that because when they look at me, like the fruit doesn't look like that. But that's the work that I have to do. Like I have to push myself. It's not just natural for me, With case in point, I'll get an idea and then I just be like, let me stop BSing and finally do this.
But I'm gonna also tell you to the conversation we had yesterday and the internal conflict that what that presents to both of us, right? In that way, right?
Mhm.
When you said something about the fruit that other people are getting, what you don't realize is that you should be anchored to that fruit, but you thinking that that's a average and commonality, a normal thing that happens. You looking for another set of fruit to kind of like move you, right? But the reality is that there's fruit already there that like we may just be bypassing instead of just like taking it and helping us get out of that paralysis or procrastination. And I'm realizing that, right? We don't give ourselves enough credit to the fruit that's already there to eat that fruit long enough for us to have the I guess faith, right? Or to remove the noise to move forward. It's interesting, man. It's interesting.
I think a lot of, I don't want to just say a lot of men can relate to that, but like specifically like our caliber of men, men who are like forward progressing and growing. I think that's normal. Like we don't, like we'll check a box and instead of just sitting in that and like appreciating that for a second, we'll just be like, all right, next. Like, you know, and when other people be like, dang, look at all these boxes you check. Like, you're
Yeah.
amazing. You're like, nah, I'm not even nowhere near where I'm trying to be at. I
Yeah.
think that's normal for us. So I think the solution to that is community, brotherhood, friends, family to point that out for you, you know?
Yeah. I think mine is directly connected to my gift, right? So there's always this internal conflict of like being able to see where things are going, to see what things are coming. And then having this dichotomy between me being like, yo, I know where things are going, I see where things are coming, but I want my ideas and my concepts to be accepted in the now, or I want to be accepted in the now. And that creates this thing where it's like I end up over explaining, trying to get people to see what I can see. And I just got to accept that, you know, sometimes God gonna show me stuff that everybody can't see, and it's not, but it shows up in me over explaining. The other one too is like,
And frustration.
yeah,
Oh,
the other
yeah.
one too is that it shows up like I don't need you to point out what I'm doing. I ain't point out what you was doing. I'm laughing because I'm joking with you. What you did, you like in frustration. I'm like, why you gotta call me out? But the other one too is this week I did a working and went in on discipline. And I understand the concept of discipline. I teach the concept of discipline, and I have been very disciplined in my life. Y'all know it. But then I had to sit down and be like, am I being that disciplined right now? And so it's like the challenge of becoming what I teach, what I believe in, you know what I'm saying, what I know is right, and how teaching it will cause you to kind of walk in it because you can't be a person out here preaching discipline and then your schedule look like chaos.
It's real.
Yeah, I think it also matters, and I'm speaking to myself too, by the way, what you're disciplined to, right? You can be disciplined in martial arts, right? For an example, but like in this space, what are you being disciplined towards that keeps you in this space, right? So I think that's a lot of times what I'm talking about is when my noise, back to the noise reference, if it's 50-50 in my head, then I'm disciplined to 50% of the noise and 50% of the work, right? So that's what I'm just saying.
All the noise and the work. Gotcha. Sean, you're not gonna share your internal conflict?
For me, I would say, so I looked up the scripture. It's Matthew 16:24-25. It says, then Jesus said to his disciples, if any of you wants to be my follower, you must give up your own way, take up your cross and follow me. If you try to hang on to your life, you will lose it. But if you give up your life for my sake, you will save it, right? And so it's just really the internal battle that we all deal with, the flesh and the spirit. Like that's an everyday take up your cross and bear it. So I mean, that's really my biggest, bro. That's my biggest, and it ain't going nowhere until the day that I die.
Give me the scripture, Matthew. What?
Matthew 16:24-25.
Boy, I was in Matthew all week.
Take a note. One of my brothers, Ali, told me greatness take notes. I'm trying to take notes more.
Now, see, so this is the thing, right? Everybody pretty much is familiar with Matthew 16:26. That's like the anchor that everybody knows. And it says, and what do you do if you gain the whole world but lose your own soul? Is anything worth more than your soul? Right? So like the whole like gain the world and lose your soul. Everybody's familiar with that, right? That 24-25 is key though, right? Because that is talking about that is the preference to the whole ideal of the money pursuit, the success pursuit, the, you know, gaining the world but losing your soul. Before that was even stated in existence, what was said was you need to choose to take up your cross every single day and follow me. If that's what you're choosing to do, that's what you are called to do. Right. And but that's that struggle. That's that struggle, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jesus, right? The great red words of the Bible. But also shout out to the way Nipsey communicated that in common terms, right? When he said he got it from a book, but the book asked, would you rather be at war with yourself and at peace with the world? Or would you rather be at peace with yourself and at war with the world? And then to me, that's a concept of that soul too. Like, do I want to be so in tune with the world that my soul is in torment because I'm not operating according to who I truly am in my soul? Let's leave on something fun, and then we're gonna get into our work, and then we're gonna get up out of here into our Patreon. I want to know though, my fellas, my guys. Ali may have already said it, but let's tap in and see what he said specifically. What are something you are most proud of accomplishing recently? What is something that you're most proud of accomplishing recently? Let's celebrate the good stuff. Celebrations. Who done something good?
Celebrate. Yeah, I want to celebrate.
Most proud of accomplishing. I'm most proud of accomplishing that repair that I had to do in my kitchen, because that was a long time coming. You know how you have something that is lingering in the house to the point where you start to hear. I'm not going to say the words that came to my mind immediately, but you start to hear the concerns from your wife. To the point where it's like, man, let me get this done, bruh. Like, let me get this done.
I ain't saying you say this, but that just reminded me of the Key and Peele joint. He said, I said, bitch.
Yeah.
The wise will motivate you to get some stuff done.
Yeah, but I'm glad I got that off, bruh. I mean, and it actually, what it did for me though, beyond anything, was it put me in a space where I was able to apply the knowledge. There's a difference between what you see in your head versus what you can actually do with your hands and bring it into life. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time that I built. So for people to give context, I had to fix a leak in my kitchen because it was coming from the bathroom above, right? And so after I assessed the issue, fixed the leak, I then had to repair the ceiling because I had to open up the ceiling to actually get to that place, right?
Bro, he opened up so many holes in the ceiling. This thing was in there. Remember the movie Holes where he had to dig all the He digging holes in the roof.
Yeah, but in doing that though, right? Anybody that has ever been around drywall work, drywall, that dust gets any and everywhere, bro, even when you don't think. So what I had to do was I had to literally build a containment for dust control. So I built a containment, a plastic containment in my kitchen, for the dust control. And so being able to being around it because of my profession, actually seeing it and then visualizing in my head how to do it is completely different than doing it in real life. And I was able to effectively do it. So it was pretty dope.
Good job, Sean the Builder.
He did a good job of it, but he also finished and said, you know what, next time I'm paying somebody else.
Bruh, man, it was like every.
He said, I've been a supervisor for 15 years telling people what to do, and now I'm actually doing it.
I was every 30 minutes. I was like, man, I should have paid somebody. I should have paid somebody.
I'm telling you, sweat beading from every place on his head. I'm like, where's all this water coming from? Like, ain't nothing up there.
Proud of you, man.
That's what's up.
Mine is way more simplistic than that. We had an assignment for class, a 6-page assignment that was due, stressing me and all my classmates out. And so what happens is when you get grades in this system at GSU, when we get our grades for assignment, you can see your grade, but you can also see what the average or mean grade in the class is. Mm-hmm. And then you can see what the highest grade in the class is. And everybody don't get their grade at the same time. Like they just, as the grades come in. So one of our classmates got, the grades started coming in and she was like, oh my God, man, this grade, it's not good. Did you see that the class average? The class average was low. And so now everybody who didn't get a grade is freaking out, stressing about it. The assignment was tough as it was. And somehow, and I'm saying somehow because my wife is always like, I don't know why you're surprised when these kind of things happen, but I am. But I got the highest grade in the class. And it was just a testament to like the hard work that I've been putting in, because Lord knows it's been a hard work and the overthinking and overanalyzing, but this is like the season for that in this space. So I am celebrating that small win, that small milestone, because this is going to be a long journey and I need to do better about celebrating the small wins.
I'm so proud of you, Colin. While you were telling that story, though, in my head, I was thinking about how we were cultured not to necessarily celebrate success, because there was a point in my life where I would have been slapped on the forehead and my face wiped for being a shiner, for talking about getting the top grade in the class.
I used to fuss at students in my classroom, and I still do it, in my space now as an administrator. But, it's fun to joke and tease sometimes, but like when somebody would get a good grade and people would tease them for like, oh, you think you Steve Urkel this, da, da, da. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, do y'all hear yourselves?
It's Black excellence, though, bro. You supposed to be the top of your class, bro. You got community, you got friendship. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is, if we do this right, that should be the outcome, man. Excellence. You know what I'm saying? What we gonna do to celebrate, man? Look, we gotta take an emergency trip to Atlanta and take Colin out, man.
No, not yet. Wait till say that for a big celebration.
I'm about to say delayed gratification.
I'm proud of myself the way I'm allowing my what I'm most proud of. I'm doing a lot of good stuff right now, but what I'm most proud of is the way that I'm allowing myself to feel and communicate those feelings. I've been doing a lot of work around just being okay with love and all of the little energies that come with it, and being able to communicate that. And I'm proud of myself.
Glowing.
Oh yeah.
It's blushing, bro. Not glowing. It's blushing, bro.
Hey, yo, my therapist was like, hey man, your soul is smiling. I was like, oh, that's so gay. Don't say it. Don't say that. That's gay. But I'm proud of myself because I'm getting to a point where I'm not seeing these type of emotions as sensitive or soft or gay. I'm seeing them as, emotions. And when I say gay, I don't mean homosexual. I mean just like, icky or weird or soft. But
come on,
no. I'm seeing them as the appropriate means of expression to have deeper levels of connection with whoever you're in that situation with, man. So I'm proud of myself.
Yeah. For me, man, I'm proud that I'm slowing the world down. And I'm learning to slow the world down. An example of that is just me, I guess, having a conversation with y'all yesterday morning. I didn't realize, and sometimes I used to think that I didn't have time to have those conversations in the morning. Or I wanted to selfishly have that time to myself. But I'm starting to slow the world down a little bit to realize that there are things that I have to have and things that I don't have to have. That's the noise, right? And I'm realizing, time to myself is something that I have to have in addition to time with or space with other thoughts to come into my head, right? I'm spending time listening to podcasts now. Interesting enough, right? And I'm spending more time listening to right? And other people and other things. And it's just allowing me to just really receive the world in a different way. And that's my one.
I'm proud of y'all, man.
Time to celebrate.
I'm proud of y'all, man. Let's get to it. We listen. Working and winning, we're going to keep it quick. It's now time for working and winning. If you can see, hear, smell, taste, and feel, then your body works. And your body works, you have everything you need to win. Obviously, we're talking about some of our work and our wins right now, but we want to make sure that we still have this segment and give you all some food for thought. So we talk about, one, what we're working on, and then two, we give you something, some food for thought, some information that can help you win. Sean, you go first.
So my work, and I'll be very, very short. It's crazy that first question talked about self-compassion. That's what I'm working on, self-compassion. Allowing myself that space and not having a divided mind, even in a space like that. Like, you take time for yourself, but then while you're taking time for yourself, you feel bad for taking time for yourself, right? Like, then what was the point? So that's my work. My win is that I am looking forward to this upcoming school year. I have one that will be entering into high school, and then I have one that will be entering into pre-K3. So I don't know why I'm winning in that area. Now, I mean, I know why I'm winning in that area, but I'm speaking it into existence because that's going to be a very, very new space for me. But it's going to be exciting in a lot of ways. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this upcoming season has in store, specifically for my kids.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass it to Ali.
I appreciate you doing that because I just wanted to piggyback on what you said. And they know this because I had a conversation with them about it, man. I had got sent the scripture, Matthew 11, verse 28 through 29. I think I texted you and I told you that, right? And it's funny that you said something about Matthew here. But the gist of that is rest. And you know, Sean, I sent you all, just to give people context, I missed the meeting on Thursday because I was asleep. I had a long day, and I set the alarm at 8:45 p.m. knowing that damn well that's nighttime for some people, right? But I didn't get up. My whole point was I got up and I apologized to y'all, but I also realized that I needed the rest, and I didn't feel bad for really most of the first time I didn't have a guilty feeling. Right, and I had to follow that up with conversations with Colin and Yusha the following day, and really explaining like what was going on in my life and why that was really needed, right? And it even gave me even more power to the thought of rest. It's so funny you said that too, Sean. I'm rambling. Let me just get to my work. I'm still working on my 80. I'm working on my 80-20. That's what I was telling y'all. Like, I've been mentioning that. So, the Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, he says that Steve Jobs was really good at this. This is what made him great. He was really good at keeping the noise at 20%. And it came off like he was an asshole, right, in business terms, right? Because people would bring him stuff and he'd just be like, that's bullshit. But he was good at knowing what was noise. And that's what I'm realizing for me is I can elevate myself even more if I reduce the noise. Because a lot of this shit out here is just noise. It's just noise. It don't even have nothing to do with where you're trying to go, but you're taking it in and you're paying it attention because of who we are. We want to hear everybody's opinions. We want to hear everybody's thoughts. We care about everybody's, and sometimes, dog, like it's noise. And so I'm working on just continuing to minimize the noise so I can execute.
Is the stimulants outside of us aligned with our mission for the day? That's what I heard. Is all noise are things that we're receiving around us that ain't connected to our mission and purpose for that day. That's distracting us or detracting us from what we're supposed to be doing that day.
I'll pass it to you, Yusha. Go ahead.
I'll take it. The work that I'm doing right now is the Working and Winning workshop. I'm working and winning with Great Care series. What I know is that I've designed it. There's going to be 12 different talks. So far, I've done 3. But by the time I'm done, it'll be 12. Consistently improving on the workbook and having the workbook with each session on Monday. And then I know for sure that because I'm writing these scripts myself, I'm going to turn this into a book. So when it's done, I'm going to turn it into the Working and Winning with Great Care book, series 1. There will be multiple series, but this first 12 series is really about working and winning across the board, you know, what it has meant for me and the values and principles that make with Great Care and Working and Winning what they are. As we continue to build this community for what we all needed and bringing folks not only into our collective space, but into our individual gifts. My win, the win that I want to give y'all is like last week, Leah had a family reunion, and I went to the family reunion, and we all went bowling. In my first game, I bowled badly. I was probably the worst person out of 6. But my second game, I won. And what I did was I just got quiet. One, Aaliyah rubbed my hands, and she rubbed my hands. She was like, "You're a winner. You're a winner." She rubbed my hands. So I went and I bowled. I put in my headphones. I turned on some of that smooth R&B. And I just got in my zone and I bowled. And I won that round. But what I also discovered was that, like just putting on my headphones and bowling is one of the most peaceful things I've ever done. There's a room full of people, room full of family, but it got real peaceful for me. So a new self-care practice for me, at least once a month on my Thursday self-care day, I'm going to go bowling. I'm going to put in my headphones, turn on whatever vibe I want to feel, and just bowl and knock the pins down. Shut up. Colin, go ahead, Colin. Go
Ali, why
bowling,
you
dog.
laughing?
Go
Why you
bowling.
laughing?
Get
Why
you
you
a
laughing,
playlist
Ali?
and go bowling, fellas. By yourself.
You gonna have to edit this out or something.
I think I'm in love.
Hey, yeah. I'm
again.
like, I realized, hey, look, you said her name. Bro.
That's why I'm
You
laughing.
said her name.
That's the first time you did that on the recording, my
the
guy.
first time, bro. You just, hey, let me just leave that here. We can take this offline, but you said her name.
So what?
Hey, I'm happy. I love it,
Yeah,
man.
100%.
Say it with your chest.
100%.
Go ahead, Colin.
My work, whole lot of reading, a whole lot of writing. That's my life. I'm always working on the school stuff. Right now in current time, we getting preparing down here in Georgia. We're preparing for students to come back in 2 weeks. So a lot of work around that right now. But really my personal work is balanced, right? With all the things, it's balanced. Just like what we talked about earlier, man, knowing when to take those breaks, but timing those breaks. So that I'm not breaking too long and getting out of a rhythm, because I thrive in my rhythms. So that's the work. And the win that I want to give you all to try, I saw this recently somewhere, and it said, the quote was, "Embarrassment is the price of entry." I don't know. This one of y'all sent that? I don't know who sent that. I saw it somewhere, maybe on social media. But it said, "Embarrassment is the price of entry." And I could think of a lot of different spaces in life where that can be applied, to where maybe you are not pursuing a dream or an idea or taking a first step on something that you know that God told you to move on, or you're really passionate about, because you're fearful of the embarrassment. You're trying to get it all together because of what other people may see and perceive. And sometimes getting over that step is going to catapult you to where you're going, but that's the price. Like getting over that embarrassment is the price of entry. I think about it when it comes to finances, man. Like, you shouldn't be paying that car note. Like, you strapped right now. You could have a much more lower or maybe no car note with still a safe and reliable car that can get you from point A to point B. But because that would be embarrassing, because you already been riding around in this thing, it'd be embarrassing to go trade it in and get you something cheap, right? Now you're not doing it, it'd be embarrassing to live beneath your means, but that might be the price of entry to catapult you to the debt-free and the higher financial status that you want to be at, right? You just got to live like beneath your means for a little bit, so embarrassment is the price of entry is my one I want to share with y'all.
You got a great commercial voice, because at some point I thought you was going to sell me cheaper insurance. It was like, I need that.
Hey, I hope it was for somebody. I hope somebody connected to that.
It was great. Man, I love y'all, and I'm glad we had this talk, right? Friendship, man. Friendship is so important. We talk about community and how much that extends not only the length of your life, but the quality of your life, man. I love y'all. Listen, y'all, we out. We going to go to Patreon. We got a couple of these gold cards that we want to address on Patreon. So for those who want to get a little deeper with us, we're going to get deeper. We're going to get more exposed. But see y'all on the other side.
We got to pray out first. Who want to pray?
I got it. Come on. Pray out this way. In your name, God, the merciful benefactor, merciful redeemer, the creator, we love you, God. We thank you for your care, your provision, and for your guidance in helping us establish this community, establish this brotherhood for ourselves. Thank you for getting us through the tough moment and bringing us to a space where we can celebrate each other, love upon each other, and just share in where we are and where we're growing. Help us to continue to be the iron that sharpens iron, that helps all of us grow into the positions of men and fathers and leaders, to help us get the positions at work that we need and establish the businesses and ideas and the concepts that you put in our heart, and to stand firm and show excellence in spaces where we get an opportunity to be studious. And so, God, we know that ultimately your design is the true design. You say that man plans, but you are the best of planners. We thank you for your plan. We see it working in our lives. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
We not in competition, boy, I know your strengths. I can star on your team, play support on your bench. I'ma rock with you forever, bro, that's what makes sense. You know, been tested, you showed up in the trench. Ain't no fake love between us, cause we don't get at an inch. Peace king for life, that's how we work and we win. Real friends. Real friends. Where would I be without my, Hey son, who gon' ride for me like my day one?